What's going on, everybody? It is Charlize Walker of Lisa's Business Enterprise here with another Make It Happen Monday credit tip. What I'm going to be talking about is creating a budget or why create a budget whenever you're starting your credit repair efforts. I would say first, let me just knock this out the way. You already have a budget. I already have a plan. I already have a goal in place and everything. And so the first thing I do talk about in my workbook to take charge of your credit is creating a plan, creating a budget, and I give the worksheets or create a goal, plan, and a budget. And I'll tell you why. And I have worksheets in here. If you don't know your budget for the month, I got weekly budgets to help you figure that out. And then once you do your weekly budget, you'll be able to come up with a monthly budget. And I talk about that also in the book as well. I say that to say it helps you create a discipline and for the long term. I'll say it help you create a discipline. If you think about athletes as they train for the games or they train for finals, they do this all year round and it comes like natural to them. Think about your favorite player, your favorite basketball player, or something like that. As they're shooting, they're good at what they do. Creating a budget helps you create the discipline to say, all right, I got this. This is what I'm going to do from now on. This is how I'm going to save. This is how I'm going to create. This is how I'm going to pay off. This is what I'm no longer going to do, and things of that nature. So it's going to come, I don't want to say second nature as like firsthand. This is what you're always going to be doing. But you have to get to that point in that mindset first. And so when you create a plan, it's likely you're going to stick closely to it. Statistics say that. And I'm always saying, like, I'm biblical and everything in nature. I'm a Christian. Write the vision and make it plain. Write it out. What do you want to do? So that's why I include your financial goals as first one of the first things that you want to do. What do you want to do and why and how are you going to get there? Because once you create the plan, we're going to stick closely to it as we can. And I do understand things happen. But once you do this, as remember, as trainers trains, athletes trains and everything, it creates healthy financial behaviors. As I talk about towards the end of the book, but I also mentioned it again in the workbook. You can probably get away with the workbook alone, but buying them both will help you create that as well. Again, it helps create healthy financial behaviors for the long term because think about when somebody is losing weight, it takes them longer to lose the weight. If I guess depending on how you do it, if you're doing it naturally, you're exercise and stuff, something like that. But if once we eating all this junk food, it's so quick to get the weight on. But once we start and create a discipline and healthy, we can't just stop, you know, not exercise and don't eat healthy as well. So same thing with I won't say same thing, but similar concept with budgeting, creating a goal, creating your plan. You're creating these healthy disciplines that is going to help you in the long run. It'll help yourself, help your family, help you um, get to your reach your goals. And I guarantee once you get them, you're gonna be like, I can do this. I got this. I'm gonna do it again. I could probably help somebody else with this as well. And it also helps you effectively manage your finances. Again, in the workbook, I create a budget sheet because if you don't know, and you may be, and I'll say I'm guilty of this too. I'm like, I know what I pay. I know what I pay or whatever. But then there'll be a little other things that come up, a little things that I do. So once you figure out what it is that you're paying and you're paying for, just like I remember years ago, my doctor had me write down everything that I eat for the day, not for the week. Actually, she told me to do that. But as I started the first day, I was like, oh my God, you know, I'm contributing to my own, my health issues and stuff like that. So you see these worksheets, these budget sheets, these financial just plan and everything, it will help you effectively manage your finances because once you see what you're spending on, is you gonna make it change or you're gonna continue to do what you're doing. Okay, and then with that being said, if your income is more than your expenses, that means you got some money left over. If your income is more than your expenses is what you're paying out, your income is what you're bringing in. If once you add and subtract and that your income is more, you can either, if you don't have already, put some money in your savings account, create an emergency fund, and resolve some debt too. So if you're going through your credit report and whatever, and it comes to that point where like you can't get it off, you may have to resolve the debt with that money as a possibility. And that is a possibility that will happen. If your expenses are greater than your income, you're gonna have to do some evaluating because I guarantee you're living check to check or something. Somewhere you're not meeting something, some financial goal or some bill or something. So what you're gonna do is have to evaluate your budget, your plan, and you're gonna have to take something out. Just like when I did that what I was eating for my doctor, I was like, okay, I see this, I'm probably had to not eat this at work because I was quick to go to the vending machine or get some snacks or something like that. And that, I can take that out and that can contribute. And then when you take it out, you save money anyway, or create a thing where you say, I'm only going to spend, I've done this before. Let's get back into it. This is probably a long time ago. I'm not going to spend no more than $5 for lunch. You probably can't do that today, but great was if you're going to eat out. Or you can say, I'm going to buy my own food. I'm going to take my own lunch every day and stick to that because sometimes people bring their lunch and they still go out to eat. But so cut out some unnecessary spending so that you can create some healthy financial behaviors. And sometimes you may have to cut back on bad habits. This, I mean, it's bad. I would say like this: if you say I'm smoking, maybe I need to try to stop smoking because the packs of cigarettes. I don't know. I seen somewhere. I don't. I used to smoke years ago, but it may be $10 a pack. You might need to not share with somebody. You might need to that pack to last for a week or something like that, especially if you're chain smoker or something like that. Or you might have to say, maybe I can catch a ride a couple of days out the week and not drive to save on some gas. Or maybe I need to pick up another job or something because I've tried to cut and bend everything that I can cut out on my expenses. Everything that I have is that. So you have to evaluate your finances for yourself because when you're creating a plan, a goal, it's going to help you create the discipline that you need to get started and to get back on the right track or to help you cut down so your credit score can go up or whatever your goal is. Maybe you want to buy a new car, you maybe want to get a house, you may want to get an apartment because all those things matter. You may want to say, I want a credit card. So you got to look at that and evaluate that in order to make these decisions. Okay, you can do it. Like I said, don't give up. Keep doing it. Credit repair is not an overnight process. Okay.